Hey everyone, it's Martin Mazza with the Mazza Team again. How are you? Today, I've got a special lady with me, Fiona Chiu, and she is our newest team member, and I'm excited to chat with her and help our friends and clients and people learn a little bit about her and her family. So Fiona, good morning.
Morning. Well, I guess it's closer to afternoon.
Oh yeah, we're
Okay.
turning over to the afternoon now, but
It's okay. Time
so
flies.
yeah, so I hope you don't mind me saying, and the first thing I want to talk about is you are married to a frontline worker, Roger, a great guy. I've met him, and I think he's a wonderful guy. And he is going to the hospital every day right now for his job. What's that like, being married to a frontline worker right now?
I guess, and all nurses are different. I have a lot of friends that are nurses, and they're all implementing their own COVID rules for home. He's been a nurse for over 25 years, so he's very particular on COVID. Actually, and you'll know this, I think, maybe 8-9 weeks ago, I was in your office going, this is coming and it's scary. And I kept talking to, especially your wife, and he was probably about 4 weeks ahead of what I think a lot of general people were, just because he listens to so much information. So he sleeps in his own room. He has a complete rain outfit that when he won't come into the house, he goes into the garage, he hoses his shoes and outfit down, takes it off, hangs it up. His lunch bag, his everything gets rinsed. And then he basically has to come in, and then they basically showers.
Wow.
So probably about 18 different steps now that he takes.
Wow.
You have seen my getup that I wear when I go shopping. It's actually probably more for the public's protection, because I obviously have not been in the office for 2 months, I think.
A long
now.
time.
Just because obviously out of anyone on the team, I have a higher chance. Hopefully not, because nurses are very good at washing their hands, but I do have a higher probability of possibly catching it.
Yeah. Well, you look good. You look healthy. You sound healthy. I mean, we should touch wood and hope it remains that way. But yeah,
So far.
That's tough, man. You know, separate sleeping quarters and yeah, hosing down. And you know, who would have thought? Is that his and your protocol, or do you think that's across the board now? Are most nurses, healthcare practitioners, setting up their new protocol at home?
None of it's mandatory. I've spoken with a lot of nurses, whether it's one of my best friends works for Bayshore, and that's even more stressful. Well, it is and it isn't, because you're going into so many people's homes, whereas nurses, he's a dialysis nurse. So if you have to be dialyzed, you're in the room where people are being quarantined. One of the side effects, I guess, from COVID is the fluid in your lungs will back up, and you can possibly need kidney dialysis. So those nurses are kind of tied with a lot of the respiratory care nurses. But I've talked to a lot of them. They kind of all have their own COVID home safety measures that they put in place, if you will.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. All right. Well,
and they're stressed.
Yeah,
a little.
Yeah, well, stress. Everybody seems to have a little bit of a heightened stress level these days.
That's true.
And you guys have kids?
We do. 2 girls.
All right. And how are they? How are they dealing with dad going off every day?
My oldest, it's kind of really enjoying it, but she's a book nerd, and she likes to sort of just be in her own little world, doing about 4 hours of homework a day. So I commend her high school teachers right now, all teachers, for having to try and figure out how to get them through their courses that they have to get through. My little one is very, very social, and she's been having a harder time with it, but they have they have FaceTime, but they also have this Messenger Kids chat that you have to agree to, and you can see their conversations. So they've all been keeping busy doing that.
So it's interesting too. So social, you use that word. So now they're changing it from social distancing because they really don't want people not talking to each other, not doing this. They're calling it physical distancing, and I think that's way more appropriate term to use. You know, we're physically apart, but socially we're interacting every day. I love this video technology. I've been doing it with friends and family, and obviously us at work here and clients. And it's, you know, we're still interacting. So this is great. This is, I think, keeping everybody sane, and the FaceTimes on your phones, and WhatsApp has a video option as well. So all that stuff is great just to see somebody's face. And
Yes, we had to teach Roger's parents how to WhatsApp video so they could see the grandkids. That was interesting.
That's awesome. Awesome.
Dad was pretty good. His mom just kept just fluttering around. But yeah, so.
So you haven't even been under our roof for a year, and we joined forces in the fall. And since then you've had a really, you know, a great start here, and wrote a bunch of deals, and I mean, good for you. It's awesome. And I think as far as your teammates, everybody's you know, happy, and our team, I guess chemistry in our team environment is pretty important, and you've figured that out real fast, and we care about each other, and you know,
very much.
We wear our emotions on our sleeve, and not, we care about each other, but we care about our clients very much so, and making sure that you know, the whole buying or selling experience goes well, and we put strong efforts into that. But so coming on board now, writing deals, how are you feeling about you know, the business? And I know you've been even servicing some clients recently who were in a bit of a spot trying to find some rental housing. What are you doing right now?
Yeah, well, first I'm so blessed that I came on board in October, and oh my God, how much life has changed in 8 months.
Yeah.
7 months. So it's been wonderful and amazing. And I can say that yes, I have clients that I've had to not only show properties during quarantine, and that I have closing in the next couple of weeks. And it's funny how our toolkit as realtors changed from what we used to carry around to Lysol wipes and disinfectant and Curel, and, you know, everybody, you know, bring your own pen, or you take this pen and sanitize it and leave with it. It's just,
Don't give the pen back.
No, I don't want it. It's yours. I think it's just keeping everybody calm and being very respectful of other people's homes. So anytime you go into someone's home, you have to think about, now, I guess as a mother, I have to think about every single surface that you could possibly touch, and what your clients can't touch. As far as rentals, yeah, it's scary, because there's people that where they were renting their home, the home was being sold, because life still moves on. People are still selling their homes amid all of this. And yeah, it's just trying to be as calming and reassuring, and taking all of the steps, like we keep talking every day and through our team chats, the extra steps that we're even taking as a team that go above and beyond to make sure that at the end of this, there's never a question as to why we were still participating in our industry. It's why, thank you for doing that, because I really had, you know, I'm in a corner, and that's stressful on its own, and never mind trying to do it through mortgages and banking. Because I had, like I said, I had a buyer that's closing May 1st that they had already given notice, and I can tell you, talking to actually mortgage brokers as well, that all the underwriters are extremely busy, and there's some more steps that they have to take. So it's been an experience, one that I think that we'll all appreciate and grow from, I hope.
Yeah, I think we're we're all learning and we're all figuring this out. Um, I have read so many emails and so much information coming down from Royal LePage head office, Royal LePage Canada, our brokerage. I was in on a big chat this morning with our broker of record, Joe Ferrante. Blair Gillis was on it, and a bunch of realtors, and just discussing current trends and practices. And so we're learning a bunch. And but you know, hopefully people understand when you're out right now and you're trying to lease a property, it's not because you have nothing better to do. It's because you truly have a client in need, and you're stepping up to, you put your hand up to help them, and that's amazing. And anyway, good for you. Keep it up. I'm sure, and I've asked this question of everybody, I'm sure you're getting calls right now. Your clients are saying, you know, oh my goodness, Fiona, what's going on? Is the world coming to an end? What's happening with values? There's the market crashing. Cindy gave me heck because I've asked this a few times, but I'm gonna ask you, what are you telling clients right now who make that call? Uh-oh. Fiona froze. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, I think we lost Fiona. There's so much for this awesome technology. Maybe we'll come back and we'll do a part 2 with her. And maybe she didn't like my question. Anyway, so anyway, nice to see everybody, and thanks for joining in and watching us. And let's see if we can get a part 2 on this at some point when Fiona's Wi-Fi kicks back in. All right, have a great day.